Welcome back to my channel. I'm Allison, and today we're doing a travel-friendly, no equipment, lower body workout. If you haven't done it yet, make sure to tap the subscribe button and the bell to stay notified with the latest videos. All you need is a mat. We'll be completing 2 blocks containing 3 moves each for 2 rounds, 45 seconds on and a 25-second rest in between. A full warm-up and cooldown is also included. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. For the warm-up, we're doing 5 moves for 30 seconds. The first exercise is a step touch, and you can add an optional bicep curl or keep the hands on the hips. The second move are some knee hugs. Think about standing super tall, hug one knee up to chest, bring it down, and then lift the other knee. Try to keep the same pace of the knee coming up as it does coming down. Up on deck, we're doing an alternating lunge with a reach up. So give yourself a little bit of space, step back, reach and lift, open up that chest and heart, and then bring the arms down. Step the other side, reach, and feet together. Coming up are standing cars. Have something to hang on to for balance, taking the outside leg, lift it off the ground, and think about tracing a circle on your side wall. Lift forward and then back, keeping a soft bend in your base knee. We'll do half the time going this way, and then half the time we'll reverse the direction. Let's do those standing cars on the other side. Facing the other way, hand on your wall or top of a chair for balance. Base knee soft, lift this leg up, trace forward first, up and around, nice big circle. And then halfway through, you'll hear that bell, and we'll reverse direction. And finally, we're finishing with a standing cat-cow. Having those feet a little wider than shoulder width apart, hands on the quads. We'll start with a nice slow flat back. Exhale, we'll round those shoulders, dip the chin. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, round, flat back, and then we'll finish coming all the way back up to stand. Here's your first exercise in block number 1. Starting off, we're combining a good morning and alternating monster kick. Having those feet about shoulder width apart, soft bend in the knees, hands light behind the head, open up those shoulders, abs are tight, press those hips back, forward for that good morning, back stays flat, come up, alternating monster kick, bringing that leg up from the hip. So inhale forward, exhale up, and then lift. The second move is going to be a combination squat and alternating glute raise. Having, again, those feet shoulder width apart, sink nice and low for the squat, come up, raise that leg straight back, squeezing the glutes, and then set it down, repeat again. Your final move in block number 1 is a kickstand, Romanian deadlift to reverse lunge. Staying on one side at a time, we're gonna have one foot forward, other toe back, most of the load in that front leg. Shoulders back, fingertips long, inhale, hinge forward. Again, keeping that back flat, feeling the hamstring stretch. Come on up, you can place your hands on the hip, step back for that reverse lunge, set yourself back up, and then hinge forward again. Let's repeat that kickstand RDL to reverse lunge on the other side. Other foot forward, kickstand back. Remember, most of the load is in that front leg. Shoulders back, abs are in. Hinge forward, keeping the shoulders back. Back is flat, come up, step back, reverse lunge. Step it in, set yourself up, and then repeat. For block 2, we're down on the ground, so if you have a mat, go ahead and set it up. Starting off, we're hitting a hip bridge with 4 alternating lateral tap outs. Lying on your back, bending the knees. For the hip bridge, before you even start, engage that core, take your pelvis and just rock it in a little bit. This is your starting position. Abs are tight. On the breath, inhale, exhale, lift up, driving through the feet. Now, once you're up here, holding the hips nice and steady, we're doing 4, we'll keep this optional if you like, lateral tap outs, and then slowly come down. Exhale, lift, And as a bonus, if you can, do a Kegel, lifting that pelvic floor on top while you're squeezing the glutes, and then lower down. For the next move, we get to stay on our backs. We're focusing on inner thighs with froggers and a press in. Extending those legs up, feet are flexed. Open up those knees, feet stay together. Once you're low, press those knees in. Think of the air as being super thick. Open up and then press together on top. Take it down, squeeze those inner thighs, open and press. For your final exercise, we're focusing on one side at a time with a set of fire hydrants to kickouts. Now going into a tabletop position and you're on your hands and knees or on your forearms and knees, abs are tight, lift the leg up, extend and press, in and lower. I personally like to keep my foot flexed on this, but you do what's most comfortable. Let's repeat that fire hydrant to kick out on the other side. Assuming that tabletop position on your hands and knees or forearms and knees, abs are tight, raise that leg up, kick and extend, bring it in, and then lower. Up, squeeze, in and down. completing that workout. You did incredible. Let's finish with a cool down and stretch. Start off in a seated position, leaning back with the fingertips facing in. We're doing a 90-90 switch. Now think about this like your knees are windshield wipers and you're just swaying with control side to side, feeling that hip mobility and that little bit of stretch through those outer thighs and glutes. Second move, we're staying on one side at a time. We're doing adductor rockers. In a high kneeling position, kick out that other leg, fingertips on the ground. All we're doing is sinking those hips back towards that heel. Come up, lift the heart and chest. Exhale, sink back. Inhale, lift. Let's do the adductor rocker on the other side. Kick out the other leg, fingertips on the ground, sink those hips back. You can round the shoulders and then inhale, come forward, lift that heart and chest. Coming up, we're sticking with one side at a time and doing a low lunge transition to hamstring stretch. Now having one foot forward, back knee on the floor, reach forward, pressing those hips towards their front leg, and then come on back, fingertips on the ground, shift back for the hamstring. Inhale, reach, find your balance. Exhale, come back. Hitting that low lunge to hamstring stretch on the other side. Other foot forward, find your balance. Inhale, reach up to that ceiling. Exhale, fingertips down, shift it back, let that toe naturally rise up. Lift, and then back. Seat. We're finishing with some trunk circles. Sitting up nice and tall, think about dropping that chest towards one side of your legs, other way, and then come back up and around. Halfway through time, reverse direction. job on completing that workout. If you haven't done it yet, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss a single video. If you have any suggestions for future workouts or any ideas health or fitness related, please feel free to leave me a comment in this video. Also, follow me on Instagram at Allyfitatl for more daily workouts. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.